This is an example of the Year 4s might have an activity on the desk. The Year 5s might have something like this on the smartboard. So they come in and they're looking for the smartboard and they can just go on a particular activity. As an example today, when they came in, the grade 5s, the grade 4s were doing some multiplication skills, the grade 5s were doing a Sudoku. So I set that up as a smartboard activity. I had the Sudoku grid which I put in, and then I've just put the numbers from 1 to 9 around the edges, but they're on what we call infinite clone. So they, as I call children out, they can come out and they can actually drag them and pop them in where they think they go. So just as a group of 13 grade 5s, they can work individually at their desk, but they can also work interactive with the smartboard and progress through that particular little maths challenge to start the day. We're doing mapping in maths, and one of the activities they have, I had an activity from a maths book, and it was about compass directions, and it was about actually saying the relationship between cities and which directions they were from each other. So what I've done is I've brought up on the smartboard a map of the USA, and just as a leading into that activity, rather than just giving the cities blind, we talked about where they were. So we marked them on the map, and then we just related that to a bit of society environment. So we actually looked at what states they were in. So we can actually come in here, we can take a state, and the kids can come up and they can try and pop it in where it goes.
Yeah.
And so it's that interactive aspect again, and we also use the general resources, pop the compass up there and just relate it back to the sheet that they're doing. This one back, so what I did is I made a little category sort. So just because we had talked about the states and the cities that we were using for the maths sheet, I just did this, and they had to just take these and just see which ones they remembered as being cities and which ones they remembered as being states. And it's that interactive aspect. So that's just how I've used, just so far today, what I've done in linking it to basically the maths that we've done from the start of the day, the first activity for the grade 5s, and then for the grade 4s when they're doing their mapping skills, and just kind of making some of that mapping work that they were doing a little more relevant, and just keeping them in touch with some of the things that they might not be sure of or have questions about. I was talking about the airtime that students have, and so I use the pop sticks so that as we're doing activities as a class group, I can just pull out names so that people can have an equitable access and to alleviate some of those normal classroom behaviours of pick me. Students can actually scan in their work and they can bring it up on screen. They can actually bring up their piece of work and talk about it. And then we can take it and put it into a format where they can see their work. Just give each other ideas, etc. Inspire each other.
The combination of music and visual and artwork is just
And kids these days respond so well to that.
Yeah.
So traditional paper copy work, but presented in a smartboard format.